Today on Cravings blog, I'm making one of my favorite curries, a green masala chicken curry.
Girl, to Makazai. Everybody says to Makazai.
Hi everyone, I'm Karen Ahmed and welcome to another episode of Cravings blog. Today I'm going to make this really simple and really flavorful curry. You spice it right up with things like green masala, chilies, and a whole bunch of spices, and then you cool it right down with coconut milk. And at the end of the day, you get this simply delicious and luscious gravy. Now, to make the green masala, please visit my channel at youtube.com/cravingsblog, and I have a recipe there posted under my basics that shows you how to make a really simple green masala. You only need half a recipe for this particular chicken curry. What I usually do is make the green masala ahead of time, and then you can even just pop it into your refrigerator or your freezer, and it's ready on hand whenever you need it. So let's get started making this curry. So I've got a couple of tablespoons of oil heating up, and it's quite hot at this point. And I'm going to add one large red onion or two medium red onions. I've sliced it. And I'm also going to add a large red chili. Now, if you don't want this gravy to be quite as spicy, you can use less chili. It's totally up to you. And I'm not going to do too much with this at this point. I just want the onions to cook down, and I want them to get golden brown. This could take up to 3 minutes.
Every day he just watches you as you pass. His mind is ablaze with the sound of brass. Maybe just once you should turn and smile, cause a love like his will be worth your while. Girl, to Makazai. Everybody says to Makazai.
Okay, the onions are nice and brown, and at this point, I'm gonna add some of the other spices. I've got 2 teaspoons of cumin powder, and I'm gonna add a teaspoon of turmeric. And the turmeric is going to give the chicken a really nice yellow glow. Plus, it's really good for you. And now the star of the show. Here's the green masala that I prepared earlier. Again, the recipe for this is really simple, and you can find it at youtube.com/cravingsblog. Look for green masala.
Girl, to Makazai. Everybody says to Makazai. Why don't you baby hit and cry? Why?
So I'm just going to cook it down a little bit. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. Just give it a really good stir. And now I'm going to add the chicken. I've got a whole chicken that I had my butcher chop up. Now this is about 2.5 pounds. So you can use any kind of chicken. If you prefer to use just, chicken thigh meat or whatever you can get at your grocery store, just remember that you need about 2.5 pounds for this recipe. You can use chicken breast if you want to, but be warned, there's nothing like using dark meat because it's quite juicy compared to breast meat. So I'm just going to coat everything in this spice mixture and just cook it for say 30 seconds or so, and then I'm going to add 2 juicy Roma tomatoes, and then I'm just going to cover it and let it cook for a while. After a few minutes, I'm just going to give it a stir. Clearly, it needs to cook for at least half an hour to 45 minutes. I usually cook it till the chicken is almost falling off the bone. It's really soft and succulent. So these tomatoes need some time as well to cook down. But now I'm going to add in 400 ml of coconut milk. Now you can get this in powder form, or you can just use a can like I am. Of course, back home they actually grind up fresh coconut and squeeze the milk out of it, but this is much more convenient and quite luscious. I'm going to stir it. Look how luscious this is. Oh my God, it's great. And then I'm going to add a cup of water. Now usually when I grind this up, I actually wash down the blender and I save that water. Why waste it? It's full of amazing flavor. Now I'm going to put the lid on this, and this is going to cook for about 35 to 45 minutes. And I'm going to check it constantly, adding more water if required. And I'm definitely going to be checking again for salt.
Everybody says to Makazai, why don't you baby hit and cry? Why? Hey yo! Girl to Makazai. Everybody says to Makazai, why don't you baby hit and cry? Why? Alright!
I cannot wait to tuck into this lovely and luscious gravy. It smells delicious. Thank you so much for joining me on Cravings Blog, and see you next time. And don't forget, please do visit my channel at youtube.com/cravingsblog. See you next time. Bye.
Girl to Makazai. Everybody says to Makazai, why don't you baby hit and cry? Why? Hey yo! Girl to Makazai. Everybody says to Makazai.